Welcome back to another Arkansas football recruiting report, everybody. I'm CJ Mack, and we have our very own Otis Kirk, who has been up early this morning on Happy Father's Day, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there as well. It's a big
Yeah.
and bright early day for you guys as well. I'm a father as well, so it's a big day for me. But let's
Yeah.
start things off with Christian Ford, who has a big day for the Arkansas Razorbacks today. He committed to the University of
He sure did.
Arkansas earlier today. Otis, it's been a big day for him. He worked on some graphics to get in there. He finally got them, and he made that decision and put it all on social media. And he is coming to the University of Arkansas.
I called him before he left, before he went to the airport. And what's funny is, CJ, is most of these kids nowadays, they may commit while they're here, but they don't want to tell you. This kid said, "Hey, man, I committed," and it was like, "Oh, okay." When I'm hoping you're not going to, I hope it's not out there on Twitter right now. He said, "No, I'm going to run it later," because I was no position to. But anyway, no, he's very 6 foot, 188 safety from McKinney, Texas.
Yeah.
People want some getting to Lone Star State. And it's, Christian is a kid that he knew what he wanted in a college.
Right.
And Arkansas had everything he was looking for. And he just felt like there's no need to wait around. And in this day and age, that's very good because, schools are recruiting a certain number at each position. And what happens some of these times, if you don't jump on board when you got a chance, they may fill up at that position. So I think that's what I think. But I mean, Christian brings them another long Texan up here to Arkansas. McKinney's just north of Dallas there, and it was a good pickup for Arkansas. And he's the first safety in the class. They have a cornerback committed, but he's the first safety in the class. And so, Dominic Bowman's out here recruiting, doing a good job.
Good job.
And lining these kids up. And Barry Odom, and he liked facilities. He liked the school. He had about 18 or 19 offers is what he had. I think I said he's 6 foot 187. But if I didn't, that's his size. So he's got good size. And anyway, it was a good pickup for the Razorbacks. And this was a good weekend for them. This was a good weekend. They had 7 kids in. Only one, Luke, was committed previously. Luke Haas was committed previously. The rest of these are uncommitted. And it was a good weekend for the Hogs.
It was an early morning for you, too. It was a big weekend for the Hogs, like I said. But they also got somebody back there with Dominic Boatman. I like Boatman. He's one of the coaches, the new coaches that I like that came in already. He's doing a fantastic job back there. I love the drill that he brings in and the different drills that he brings in. I mean, huge drills.
Oh, he's doing a good job.
Good drill.
They've had camps all week over there, too. I was at a camp yesterday, and we'll talk about one of the kids that got offered at the camp later. But these coaches have been busy.
Busy.
I'm trying to juggle a laptop. It's not working with Zoom. Getting stories up at certain times. And I start having a little pity for myself. Then I think of these coaches. Yesterday, they're out there working the camp with 250 or so campers. They've got official visitors on campus. They've got unofficial visitors on campus. I mean, it's enough to, so we're all busy, and they did a good job of juggling everything around this weekend. Like I said, there was a great camp here, and they've had camps since Wednesday. And but they did a good job of juggling all the visitors and everything.
It's a very, very busy day for a lot of coaches. But Jalen Braxton, who's just not too far away from McKinney, Texas, in Frisco, he's back there with the DBs and everything as well. He's a cornerback. He's going to be coming to the University of Arkansas as well.
Yeah, I really think Arkansas will get him. And that may sound weird to people because he's committed to Michigan State. He's committed to Michigan State, but I don't think he's going to be a Spartan. I feel good about Arkansas's chances with him. I don't know when he will put out a definite decision. He's been to Michigan State. He's been to Baylor. He's been to Arkansas. He goes to California next weekend. So I don't know when he'll put out a final decision, but Arkansas did a good job with him. This Dominic Bowman, Barry Odom, again, same thing we just talked about with the other kid. They did a good job with him. And even though he is committed, if I was going to guess right now, I would say Arkansas on him at the end of the day. And so it'll be interesting. But he's got about 28 offers. He's a 4-star corner. Yeah, he's got about 20. These kids that came in this weekend, they got a bunch of offers. None of them are on the street.
They're not slow poking whatsoever.
No. And so we'll just have to see his recruiting goes. Like I said, he's going to California next weekend. He just committed to Michigan State. So that makes you wonder, will he switch or will he stay with them? It's going to be a battle there, but we'll see what happens. But I feel really good about Arkansas's chances with him.
That'll be a huge flip if they get him. But also, let's go to the other side of the ball. Otis, we've been talking about defense. Let's go to offense. Joshua Manning, the wide receiver, also heard that his mother may have played on a hardwood here, in the history of the University of Arkansas Razorbacks women's basketball. And he could be also coming to the University of Arkansas, a wide receiver.
Yeah, she was a dandy for Gary Blair. She played back in the mid-90s.
Okay.
Was a very good basketball player. And Joshua will be here Tuesday, not Monday. He originally had planned to come Monday. He will start an official visit, but it'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then, he's been to Nebraska, Kansas State, and Iowa State. He's got Arkansas, and then when he leaves Arkansas, he will visit Missouri. That will be his 5 visits used up. Then he's going to make it 6. He's a 4-star, another 4-star. And Joshua is 6'3", 190. And Arkansas doesn't have a wide receiver committed right now. They did have Cole Adams in this weekend from Owasso, and was on an official visit, a 4-star. But they'd love to get this thing rolling with Joshua Manning, and he's been to Arkansas. He came down. He was here April 16th, CJ, when they had the indoor scrimmage over there. He was at that. He and his mother. I talked to him down here that day, and he's been here before, and he told me he's been here a lot of times. Like when his mother comes back to a campus event, he just comes with her, and it's not even a football visit, but he's obviously been around the program. So he knows a lot about this program, and Kenny Guyton will put a good recruiting job on him while he's here. They like some of these kids to come in midweek. Sam Pittman's really put that in. This has never been a big thing before, but Sam likes it where there's one kid and they got one-on-one, and they can really show him a lot of love. You know what I mean? And, now they will be mixing camps there again. They're going to be mixing some camps with his visit, but there's things he does like campus visits, academics and stuff. They don't have to have the coaches hanging around. So, but then that's why they've got recruiting hosts. These kids, these Jordan Crook, some of these guys are real good recruiting hosts. All of them are. And I'm sure they'll put a receiver with him, and because he is a priority prospect. Priority for the University of Arkansas, Joshua Manning. He's somebody they'd really like to have. I think I said this, but if I didn't, he's 6'3", 190. He's from Lee Summit in Missouri. And Missouri getting the last visit, so you don't know about that, but
Missouri just right across the state line.
I mean, they're getting the last, but he does have ties to Arkansas, and I think the Razorbacks are hoping that's enough to get him to Fayetteville, and they could use him at receiver. And I'm going to tell you, he will be wherever he goes, whether it's Arkansas or somewhere else. But I mean, I know more about Arkansas. So he will be an impact player, impact recruit. He will play immediately. There won't be, I'd be barring an injury or something, there won't be red shirt with him, CJ. He'll be on that field immediately, playing and making an impact. And, Arkansas could use him because they'll be losing Jaden and maybe some others after this coming season. So you just want to keep restocking that pipeline.
You want to keep restocking that.
Bringing that talent in, It's kind of like putting groceries in your shopping cart at the store. Just keep stacking them in there, man.
Stacking them in.
Well, Kenny Guyton knows he's going to get hungry and needs 4 receivers. So, you got to keep that thing going. I mean, it's fun to have jokes with that. But, I mean, it's just a never-ending process. You bring them in, you lose some. You bring them in, you lose some. And that's why recruiting is the lifeblood of any program. And I'm going to tell you, I don't know if there's a head coach out there that puts more emphasis on recruiting than Sam Pitt. He lives in, I believe he dreams about recruiting at night. I think when that guy's sleeping, we're all dreaming about inheriting $1 million or something. He's dreaming about getting a recruit,
I'm over here dreaming about the gas prices going down. He's over here thinking about recruiting.
He's not worried about the gas prices. He's worried about how many recruits we gonna get in here today. And that's the thing. No, I mean, seriously, in all seriousness, I don't. He got a lot of that from Kirby Smart, who got his from Nick Saban.
Yeah.
Those guys know.
2 great coaches right there.
You can have the X's and O's, and that's important. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you, you better have. They always say you gotta have the X's and O's, you gotta have the Jimmy's and Joes. Well, you better have the talent. Steve. X's and O's. Everybody knows X's and O's. That's what it comes down to. You don't get to coach in the SEC if you don't know X. If you don't know, you won't be coaching very long.
You won't be coaching very long.
That's what Sam does in the staff, and I like that. And like I said, he lives and breathes recruiting. That's if you're an assistant coach and you don't recruit well under Sam, he'll boot you. I mean, he'll go get another one. He'll find somebody that'll get one. He'll find somebody that will recruit hard and can land the kid. I think they all recruit hard, but some people just don't have a success landed recruit. Well, he wants you to have success. But anyway, that's Joshua Manning's priority recruit, just as those two defensive backs were. And so we'll see how it goes. We'll talk about Manning next Sunday on here. We'll have an update on his visit. So we'll have stories before then. Yeah. But we'll have an update on him, and hopefully we'll have some good news coming from that Missouri land. So because he really likes Arkansas. I can tell you that. I've kind of got a relationship with the kid. He likes Arkansas a lot.
But we look forward to having him. It's always good to have family history at the University of Arkansas. I'm sure he came down here a couple of times. His mom has brought him through a couple of times and seen the university, the campus, the field, the food, probably all of that. And all of these guys we just talked about, from Manning to Braxton to Ford, they're 2023.
Yeah. Anytime a kid takes an official, well, I shouldn't say it, because actually they can bring in a 2022 kid, but 2023 is the official visit. You can't bring in a 2024 or a 2025 like we're getting ready to talk about. They can come, but it's an unofficial and they have to pay their own way. And we're going to talk about a kid that was at camp yesterday. Yeah. And he's turning some heads too, CJ. He's 2025.
It's a kid that's going to lead this offense. Quinn Murphy, the quarterback, the man in the middle, maybe the KJ Jefferson of the future. Quinn Murphy, like you said, 2025. We just talked about 2023 guys, but 2025. This kid is turning some heads already, Otis.
He did at camp yesterday. I'm telling you, this kid's a good ball player. Great kid, too. Wow. And, here's the weird thing about Arkansas. We can talk about, they don't really have quarter. You got 2024. You got Walker White from Central Arkansas. Little Rock Christian, getting offers to everybody. Quentin Murphy got offered to Arkansas. He's got a long list of other offers that he already had. And then Kane Archer, the kid we had on here from Greenwood, 2026. Right. So you're talking 2024, 2025, 2026. You're lining up quarterbacks right here in the state of Arkansas. So all the college coaches will tell you Arkansas has got some good quarterbacks. So they're all down here. They're all down here recruiting and offering these kids. And, Sam is trying to keep them, obviously, all of them at home. But here's the deal with Murphy. He's about 6 foot, probably about 188. Okay. He ran a 4.52 40. Now we're talking about he's at Joe T. Robinson.
240 early.
Yeah, going into the 10th grade. CJ.
Wow, he got some speed on him already.
Yeah, he's your true dual threat quarterback. I didn't know that was.
I was going to say, is he a rushing and a throwing quarterback? He's both, huh?
Yeah, he can do it, and he can do any of it. He can do whatever you need done. But when he needs to tuck the ball and run, he's very capable of doing that. Right. Utah schools have offered him. They've seen that, and they're coming in here. And Sam Pittman, and they worked with him yesterday at the camp. Kendall Bross, Mark Caleb, those guys, and he's somebody. He told me yesterday that if I got an offer, I'd commit on the spot. So we got the offer, but I don't think he's fit. But here's what the deal is. I mean, he is going. He's a kid. He really talks well. I'm gonna get him on here when after the camp when it slows down in July in dead period. I'm gonna get him on here with us, and you can talk to him, and
let's do it.
You'll see how impressive he is. Yeah, I told him a while ago. I was talking to him, and I said I'm gonna have you on the Mike recruiting segment pretty soon. Awesome. So he was excited about that. But anyway, I'm gonna tell you something, and this in this deal. But yesterday, there was 2 kids that just got out of the 8th grade. One of them was about 6'4", 285. The other one was 6'3", 275, CJ. 8th grade, and not 1 ounce of fat on those 2 kids. Wow. Not 1 ounce of fat. And I will have stories on Pig Trail Nation and Hogville on those 2 kids. I'm talking about Barry McWhorter and Cody Taylor of Greenwood. And I've had a story on Taylor. But these kids, I don't know what they're feeding. I don't know what's in the water nowadays, but 6'4", 280, 6'3", 275 in the 8th grade, man. They'll be 9th graders next year. But, and I'm not talking about Chubby. And the good thing about Bear was, and that's a nickname, but he came to camp last year and he's kind of fat and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He went and redistributed his body, actually put on weight, but tuck off the bad and put on the good. And he really looks good. And that got noticed by people around the camp that saw him last year. You know, comes in a little chubby kid, and then he comes in yesterday looking real strong and stuff. So yeah, that impresses coaches. It shows them you got the work ethic, CJ. Right. That's what it does. And a lot of young kids may not have that kind of work ethic at that age, but he does. But I think those are two kids in the future that probably Cody Kennedy will be all over.
Well, I'm looking forward to the future. Looks like the future is bright, Otis. I'm looking forward to it. We got 4 young guys that could be very well coming in. A lot of those guys already committed. Otis, it's always good to talk to you about the Arkansas football recruiting. We're going to do the same thing next week, Otis. I'll see you next week.
You bet. Thank you, CJ, for everything, man.
Yes, sir. No problem.